In ancient times, when the sun shone over Hellas and the city-states lived in rivalry and pride, there stood a small polis by the Aegean Sea. There lived a young man named Philon. He was strong, tall, and full of energy, but his soul burned with fire. He could not endure mockery or insult. From childhood he had heard the elders say, "Never let anyone trample on your honor." And so every word spoken against him pierced his heart like an arrow. One day, in the city's agora where citizens gathered to discuss affairs, a wealthy merchant was speaking. Envious and resentful of Philon's open spirit and honesty, he raised his voice before the crowd. "Look at this youth, loud yet empty. His arms are strong, but his mind is weak. He will bring no glory to his city, nor to his house." The crowd murmured. Some laughed, others exchanged glances. Philon felt the blood rush to his face. The merchant's words burned hotter than a whip. He longed to strike him, yet held himself back. That night he could not sleep. "How can I take revenge? If I beat him, they will call me savage. If I shout back, they will say his words are true. But to remain silent, is that not to admit defeat?" At dawn, Philon walked to the sea. There, by a rock, lived an old philosopher named Evandros. People sought his counsel, for he taught that true strength lies not in fists, but in the soul. Philon told him of his shame and asked, "Father, tell me, how do I take revenge?" Evandros looked at him calmly and said, "Revenge? You wish to give your enemy even more power over you?" "But he shamed me before all," Philon protested. "Then live so that his words prove false. That is the revenge he cannot bear." "What do you mean by false?" "If he called you weak of mind, learn wisdom. If he called you useless, serve your city. If he wished you to fall, rise higher than he himself can reach. This is the best revenge, to refuse to become like your enemy, and to keep his poison out of your heart." Philon left in silence. He had expected an answer of punishment, but found only a call to transform himself. From that day, Philon sought to test the sage's words. He went to old rhetors and learned the art of speech. By day he worked in workshops, by night he studied texts. At first people mocked him. "What has a strong man to do with books?" But soon he spoke so clearly and persuasively that even elders listened with respect. He also labored for others, helping fishermen mend nets, working in the fields, aiding widows and orphans. People began to see that his hands were strong not only in battle but also in service. More than once, the merchant tried again to shame him with insults, but Philon only smiled and replied calmly. The crowd saw. The merchant shouted like a madman, yet Philon stood firm as a rock. Years passed. One day enemies attacked the polis. The citizens gathered in the agora to choose a leader for their defense. Many voices rose. "Philon is brave, wise, and just. Let him lead us." The merchant was there too. He tried to protest. "This youth was once a nobody." But the people laughed. "You once said that, but today all know your words were empty." Philon was chosen to command. He fought with courage and wisdom, and the enemy was driven back. The city rejoiced in victory. After the battle, the same merchant approached him, pale and trembling. "Philon, I envied you. I sought to shame you, but you rose above me. I am the one who stands disgraced." Philon looked at him steadily and said, "I did not seek revenge. I only lived so that your words became false." And the people repeated among themselves, "The best revenge against one who insults you is to become the very person he feared you might be."